Hey Zoe.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, thank you. Thank you very much for joining me on That Show with Mahy, the edition of How to Stay Show Fit. The ultimate question, whether you're in a show or out of a show. What do you do to keep show fit?
Well, at the moment, it's just a really strange thing because, especially with Come From Away, because we know that hopefully eventually we will have this show to go into and we know what is expected of us physically. I have been making big use of YouTube at the moment. There's so many great videos out there. Channels like Pop Sugar, which has hundreds of free videos that you can access. Even Retro Sweat, which is a great Australian-made, incentive there for exercise. And it's really great because you can find videos from like 10 minutes if you just want to do a quick little workout all the way through to an hour. My thing at the moment is, because with an 8 show a week schedule, is consistency. So trying to, even if I wake up and I really can't be bothered, even trying to push out just like a 10-minute workout so that I'm getting my breath, working, my lungs working, my body moving, just so it's not all such a rude shock once we're back into it.
Yeah, for sure. And so with your breath work, getting your lungs working, singing is so, you've got a massive sing in Come From Away. So how are you maintaining, I guess, yes, singing lessons, like doing, kind of recorded singing lessons or whatever, but how do you maintain that kind of standard of what a show's like? It's sort of easy enough to be just doing your lessons, but how do you get back up to that peak performance or stay somewhere between 75 and 95%?
Yeah, and that's a really good question, because it's funny that when all of this first happened, that there was that meme going around where people were like, oh my goodness, can you imagine how amazingly vocally rested all these performers are going to be after this time and how great everyone's going to sound? And my thought was, no, if I don't keep doing things, then for me, it's very much a case of if you don't use it, you lose it.
Yes.
So very much like the physical stuff, I have to do a little bit every day, even if it's just doing like a 10 or 15 minute warm up with the Warm Me Up app I use all the time. Luke Hunter's fantastic app, who's also our MD. And even just doing that. And also I'm trying to focus at the moment not just on singing stuff from the show, but singing things that give me joy to keep me motivated. The same as exercise. If you are doing things that don't give you joy, then it's going to be a chore. The only way to stay motivated is to do things that make you happy at the same time. And during this really crazy time in the world, endorphins produced by exercise or singing are really important for mental health as well, which is going to be a big battle and barrier for a lot of performers.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing, just a little bit every day, even if it's only a bit of a warm up, just to check in with myself and go, oh yeah, things are feeling okay.
Yeah. So on the flip side, if you, we've all been there where we don't have a show coming up, and it's like, how do you keep show fit or know where to kind of place your voice? I find when there's either a pop musical coming out, jukebox musical, or that there's like a full legit show, and you just have to be adaptable. What have you done in your downtime? I shouldn't say downtime, because it's still, we're always performing every day, like trying to keep our skills up every week. What have you done to sort of be ready on that? You get the call, not the call sheet, what's it called? The brief comes out, and then you go, oh my God, okay, now I've got this. When you get that, what's your plan of attack?
I mean, I think for the in-between times, just having a really huge, vast repertoire that you enjoy practicing to keep things, because we've all also had that feeling where you've been doing the one show for a really long time, and then you have that scary thing where you go to sing something else and you feel like you can't, because all the muscles and everything is so used to this one skill set and this one particular the show. So it's really, I mean, even when I'm doing Come From Away, when I'm singing at home, I'm, you know, getting out my little bit of My Fair Lady and things like that, just to remember that there are other parts of my voice. And also in keeping, I think you have to keep all parts of your voice strong to support each other. I had a really great singing teacher years and years ago, who's no longer with us, Don Graydon, who a lot of professional singers used to go to, and was wonderful. And he used to always say to me, it's no good just belting up there all the time and singing up there all the time. You need those low notes to support the top stuff as well. And so I've always tried to use that in terms of repertoire as well, and just always keep doing a little bit of everything, so it's not such a rude shock.
Yeah, absolutely. So in a nutshell, I think we kind of have to focus on that, like breath work is really amazing in keeping that cardiovascular work going, whether that is, as you said, in a small amount of time frame, or doing your half an hour, 45-minute hit session. But that in itself is going to support us to be able to sing, checking in with the voice, seeing where you kind of sit for that day, but also singing different material is absolutely, whether you're in a show or not, making sure that repertoire is ready to go.
And like you said, the breath support stuff is absolutely everything. At the end of last year, while I was doing Come From Away, I came back from overseas with double pneumonia in both my lungs. And it was the first time I'd ever experienced anything like that, and the first time I had such an appreciation of how your entire world, like you're singing, you're just being able to walk down the street and have the energy for that, to go grocery shopping, how everything is so affected by your breath. And so a lot of this as well, I think, has been recuperating from that time. Not only feeling comfortable to do 8 shows a week again, but just getting my lungs back to full capacity. And at the moment, you know, that it's a scary thing that it looks like a lot of us at some point may end up with something that affects our lungs. It's just, you know, what's happening in the world at the moment. And I think staying on top of, you know, our physical fitness and singing and keeping our lungs healthy and working and exercising all the time is just going to give us so much more of a fighting chance.
Yeah. Great. Well, thank you very much for having a chat with me today. I look forward to posting this very, very soon.
Thank you, Mahy.